Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to the end of the week. Welcome to the Giant Duathlon Race 4, and what a season it's been. Thanks for joining everyone and appreciate your time on this. Also, firstly, an apology on the change of venue last minute, something that's been very much out of our control. And the guys and the team have been working tirelessly this week to try and get something organized for the weekend. And I believe we have a better venue for you all, a much better bike route, and the run route certainly on par, if not better than what was planned at D3. So we're jumping from a 5K bike route up to about a 10-kilometer bike route by the time you do our little extension, which I'll just run you through very quickly. Happy to answer any questions at the end of the Zoom call, should you have them. And again, thank you for taking the time to join us at 1:15 today on Friday, the 1st of April. Unfortunately, this is not an April Fool's joke. We have been moving the venue from the Design District up to the Souk Al Marfa on Deira Islands. And well, if you have any questions, I would very much like to answer those for you at the event, hopefully taking place on Sunday, or you can drop me an email or phone call later. So without ado, let's get into the actual event and the various distances and routes you will be making on Sunday with us. But firstly, as always, a big thanks to Giant, Al Boom, and Beyond the Bike for the Giant Duathlon series. This is the 4th race. It's been a tremendous season. We have currently had over 600, 700 of you participate at 4 different events, which has been tremendously exciting. And we are very keen to continue this next year with all of you and grow the series into a much more competitive and bigger opportunity for people to participate in duathlon leading into the triathlon. A big thanks to Nikhil, Dubai Sports Council, Souk Al Marfa, for all of their help and efforts this week. Really, without the 3 entities, we wouldn't be able to pull off an event for you on Sunday. And of course, a big thanks to Oakley and Fitness First. Oakley, our eyewear partner, Fitness First, our fitness partner. You can take your bib from the event into any of their gyms and show it to them. They will give you free access to workouts in one of the gyms. And of course, a huge thanks to Monviso for being our water partner this season. Very good to have them on board, keeping everyone hydrated. For you guys, we have roughly 200 participants this weekend, of which Monviso will be hydrating all of you with over 1,200 water bottles for the course. So please, if you are social media gurus and you are taking pictures and posting online, please give them a tag. Share the love at Monviso Water. Okay, so I will now jump into the race briefing. So what the first thing I will do is share my screen and just introduce all of you if you're not sure about Deira Islands. So this is Dubai. You should be seeing my screen now. This is Dubai, and Deira Islands is this area here. We've been lucky enough to work with Nakhil to explore and have many events on the islands. There is a reason why we choose this. It's a very safe and a very fast course. We have a lot of control over the routes and the roads, and that gives us a lot of opportunity for your pleasure and also safety at the event. If any of you are unfamiliar, at the bottom of the screen where my little hand is the Souk Al Marfa. This is a night market area, and it is under this canopy area where you can see on my screen. So I'm now going to, well, let me just zoom out. I will also annotate as well. You'll have an email this afternoon confirming the venue and the event for Sunday, and this is where it will be. So you'll head over the bridge here, and when you come down to the first junction, you'll take a left. You'll have to come all the way down, you'll make a U-turn, and then you will drive in and park and Souk Marfa. So this is the parking where the X is on the screen at the moment. The transition will be in this area here. The finish line will be at the bottom here. Registration will be at the top here. So when you park, you just walk in, you'll see the registration and the transition area with all the Race Me Giant Duathlon flags, Al Boom. And of course, Beyond the Bike will be there to offer any tips or servicing that you may need to get you race ready for the morning. In addition, If you do need to buy a new bicycle for the event, they will have lots of Giant stock. And as we all know, I've said it many times this year, if you buy a Giant bike, you will go faster. So worthwhile checking out them. Head down to the tents, talk to the guys, great bunch of guys. So this is our venue for the event, and we will just jump out a little bit so you can get a more appreciation of where it is in Dubai. Depending on where you're coming from, allow 30-40 minutes. Once you're on the island, we have free range and we will be taking advantage. So just to give you an overview of the area, like I just said, the transition area is here in my screen. So this is where you'll be racking your bikes in the morning. We will have the registration tent up at the top here to welcome you. There'll be a race me tent with Veronica. She'll be helping with registration. The one thing I would ask is you remember your bib number online. I will be placing all the bib numbers this afternoon, and you can go there. I'll send it in the email, a link to the web page, so you can check what race number and who you're racing against. When you come in the morning, please make sure you have your bib number. You can then come into the transition area, rack your bike, and then we will welcome you down towards the finish area. This is where we will start the race in front of the Souk Al Marfa and the Dira Dao water area. So this will be the starting point. We'll start you like we did at the last one at Global Village, all in the finish area, and then you'll be starting your run in this direction, and we'll be coming back in this direction. The run course is a 2.5 kilometer loop. If I clear my drawings. So the run course, you'll be running all the way down the bottom here, turning at the end and coming back. So this is 2.5 kilometers. So if you are doing standard, you'll be doing 4 laps, 10 kilometers. If you're doing sprint, you'll be doing 2 laps. That is 5 kilometers. And if you are doing super sprint, it is 1 lap, and that is 2.5 kilometers. And when I say lap, I mean out and back. 1 lap is out and back. When you've finished your run, you'll run into transition, you will get your bike, and then you will leave, and you will head this way through the car parks, over the next roundabout, up onto the racetrack. I will now show you the bike track. So here we have our bike track. It's quite unique. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's very fast. You cannot get lost. All the roads lead to one place, and we will be coning any junction areas to send you in one direction. So when you come out in the morning, you will be heading off around on the green line through the various ways on the bike track. The most important thing to remember is this point here. This is where you will start your 2nd, 3rd, or 4th lap. It's roughly a 9.7 kilometer loop. That is to say, this green distance along here is 9.7 kilometers. And then this section here is you will only do this bit at the bottom of the screen 1 time. When you're leaving transition, you will then do your laps on the bike course, and then you will come back to transition when you have done your laps. So this bottom part, you will only do this once. You will start your 2nd lap like this, and your 3rd and your 4th, depending on what you are doing. If you're doing standard, you will be doing 4 laps. If you're doing sprint, you will be doing 2 laps. If you are doing super sprint, you'll be doing 1 lap on this course. I will answer questions towards the end if you have any on the bike route. But remember your laps, 4, 2, and 1. At this point where you make your turn, there will be a timing point here to count your laps, to make sure you do the right amount of laps. When you have finished your bike, you will come back in to transition, you will rack your bike, and then you will leave transition for your final run. depending on what distance you are racing. If you're doing standard, bear in mind this is your run. Mouse is not behaving. This is your run 2. So if you're doing standard, your second run will be 5 kilometers, which is 2 laps. If you're doing sprint, your second run is 2.5 kilometers, so 1 lap. And if you're doing super sprint, you will do half a lap. And when I say half a lap, there will be a clear sign for the super sprints. On your second run, you will come down, you will turn halfway, and you will run back to the finish. Now, just some points for you. At the end, at the turn point, down the bottom on the run, there will be one aid station, and there will also be a timing point to check your laps. So that will be at the turn point, at the end and turn point of your run. So you must go through it. You must run over the timing mat on the floor, grab yourself a bottle of water, and then head back towards the finish area. Depending on what distance you're running, you'll either take another lap or you will finish. If it's your first run, you will take another lap, or you will then head to transition and start your bike, where you will come along the green line and off on the bike course. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, whether you're here in the race briefing now or you're watching later, that concludes the routes. They're very simple run routes. We hope you're going to enjoy them. We certainly are very big fans of the area. It's the first time we're activating at the Souk Al Marfa. So again, if you are doing social media, please post, spread the word how wonderful, how great the venue is. We hope to be doing more events here next year, bigger and larger events, which we'd love to see you participate on. The start time for the standard distance will be 6:30, and then we'll be sending everyone 10 minutes afterwards. So 6:30, then roughly 6:40 for the sprints and 6:50 for the super sprints. Watch out for the email coming later today with all of the information, the link to the registration page on our website, and all information about the event. You will also have the race briefing there, sitting to watch on that same page. The routes will be put up there, and of course, the reg list, so you can check where you are running, check who you're racing against. Sam, no, it's super sprint, second leg, you've got 1.25 kilometers. You can get some water at the finish line. There's only one aid station. It's roughly 1.25 kilometers into the run. So it would be the same for you when you come back on your super sprint. Yes, you can have spectators. More people are welcome. Bring as many as you can. Souk Al Marfa would love to have as many people as they can get to come up and see how wonderful the venue is and the destination and all the great things that are going on with them inside under the canopy area that they have. Okay, so as I said, ladies and gents, that concludes. If you need anything else, please put it in the chat or unmute yourself. I'll be here for the next couple of minutes to answer any questions. Otherwise, if you are done and going back to work, enjoy the rest of your afternoon, enjoy the rest of your day, and we see you bright and early on Sunday morning. Just watch out for that email from us later today. That will be the final confirmation for running the event on this particular venue. Should be with you in the next few hours. Today it is now 1:31. If you're watching this later online, then I assume you've had the email because you will have got the registration link with the video placement on our website. Once again, big thanks to Oakley, big thanks to Fitness First, big thanks to Momdiso Water, big thanks to Souk Al Marfa for this one. A big thanks to Nakhil as well for entertaining and hosting these events with us. And I do mean last minute. Big thanks to Dubai Sports Council for doing everything they can to facilitate us with this new venue change, all the procedures, paperwork, etc. It's normally a 2-3 week process, which they've managed to put down into 2-3 days for us. So big thanks, ladies and gentlemen, and come ask your questions if you would like. I've just allowed everyone in the chat to unmute themselves if they'd like. Otherwise, I will go over all this again in the morning. The run course is very simple, out and back. Same for the bike course. It will all be marked and you just follow the road system or the cones. We're really excited about being up there again, and we hope you are too. So if there's no questions, no one wants to jump in, then that's great. Lovely. Thanks, Karen. You're always on the Zooms, never showing your pretty face, but I get to see that on the podium anyway. So we'll see you at the finish claiming first place this time, I hope. All right, take care, and we'll see you on the weekend. Everyone, all the best from us here at RaceMe.